Good evening, Canada and the rest of the world. Live from Bauhaus Studios in beautiful downtown Port Credit, it's the Tom and Rick Show for Wednesday, October the 14th. On tonight's show, musical guest, Woody Woodburn. Joining us for Eating Port Credit this week from the Archtop Cafe, Amanda. A tribute to Port Credit legend, Beatrice. Cooking with Carson. And joining us for Undercover of the Night is Jack DeKaiser. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your hosts, Tom Barlow and Rickford Van Dyke.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Tom and Rick Show. Rick, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Last week, we were talking about numbers going up.
Yep.
It doesn't look good for indoor live music. It doesn't look good for the restaurants. And sure enough, they announced the numbers were too high. And we have to go into a sort of
Phase, we're going to go back.
A version of phase two.
Yeah.
So this is affecting us, and it's affecting our friends.
Yep.
But there are also, you know, this crisis has created some opportunities. And I know you were just in Calgary,
Yep.
and you played a amazingly cool-looking event. Can you tell people what it was like?
Well, yeah, a lot of people seen the pictures on my Facebook and said, what is this? How is this social distancing? Well, I can tell you this. Somebody had vision for once. A promoter had vision. He didn't get sad and gloomy and go, oh, we can't play. No, he's seen a pool deck. He's seen balconies.
Right.
And he acted. So it was all hotels with balconies. You buy your hotel with a ticket. Ticket comes in. You're allowed up to 5 people in your hotel room. You have your own bathroom. You bring your own food and whatever. And we did a concert right on the pool deck, facing up to all the balconies. So people were getting a live rock show, and you could hear them clapping and yelling and not honking.
I think it's, you know what, first of all, I'm glad you got that gig because it was a great gig.
Yes.
And kudos to him for taking the chances, taking the financial risk to put it on.
Yeah,
but
Rob
also,
from Hotels Live.
Yeah, like
Yep.
Nailed it. Obviously, we have no option other than to find ways.
Yes, find ways.
And we collectively, the community, we need to find ways because winter's coming, days are getting shorter, it's getting colder.
Yep.
And you know, that's one of the reasons we're doing this show, is so that artists have a place to play, and hopefully, I'm sure we can find ways to make this different than the first time we went into lockdown, and hopefully find ways for artists to get their art out there.
Exactly.
Now, what's happening in town? Because there is still live music happening on the outdoor patios. And folks, it's October in Canada. Please keep supporting these venues. Rick is going to tell you what's happening where, but bring a blanket, order a coffee Bailey's, settle in, and let's be rock and roll fans or music fans, and let's be Canadian music fans and find a way.
We will find a way. At the shore, our favorite place is going to be Mr. Barlow there.
And Rick will be making a special appearance.
Because Timothy's, we play indoor there on a Thursday. I do, and so he's making an adjustments for what. Just check his Timothy's socials to find out if
they're
he has.
They're trying to figure out a way. Yep.
Yes. So Thursday it's 6:30 to 10:30. It's Mr. Barlow, and I'm going to
Tom Lewis.
Tom Lewis,
and special guest Rickford.
I'm going to play rock guitar. I got to play rock guitar. And on Friday it's Chris Chambers. Great. He's great.
Amazing.
6:30 to 10:30. Saturday it's Kenny V, 6:30 to 10:30.
Always a great time.
I've seen him. He's great.
Super fun.
And then Tim is he's building a tent in his backyard. It might as well be his backyard because he does spend a lot of time there. And in the back patio there, he's enclosing it as well as much as he can, okay, and heating it. And he's got the in front as closed as much as he can and heating it. So he's still open for takeout, and he has both of his patios open and they're heated. So try to go support, you know, the venues that support us.
And I know, ladies and gentlemen, that in lockdown, a lot of people ordered takeout from restaurants because he knew they were struggling, or you knew they were struggling. Please, let's go back to, you know, once a week or twice a week if you can. Let's support the restaurants that maybe don't have a patio space, or even if they do, let's try to make sure that all of our favorite community restaurants are there in the summer or whenever we get through this current closure.
28 days.
Also, one thing, Spice also has live music. They've got a great patio, so please keep supporting them as well. Folks, we're going to get through this. We are gonna do it spiritually, we're gonna do it emotionally, and of course we're gonna do it musically. We have a great show for you tonight, and we will be right back. Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about community and the importance of vital people in the community. Port Credit lost, I'm going to call almost like the patron saint of community. Her name was Beatrice, and she had been at the BIA for 20 years. And she was one of those people who always put the community before herself. People will often say, I love Port Credit, the festivals, the vibe, all this. That stuff doesn't just happen. It happens because people invest in their community. And we have with us today Jake Pedler, friend of the show from the BIA. Jake, you worked with Beatrice daily. And from the little bit of work I did with her, I saw what a special person she was. Mm-hmm. She passed away last week, and I've asked Jake to come on the show and talk a little bit about the importance of people like Beatrice in a community, and to just share some experiences that you've had with her.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for reaching out to be able to kind of shed light a bit on those who didn't know Beatrice. There's so many community leaders in Port Credit, and we're so fortunate how many volunteers there are and how many community leaders there are to make this village so unique. Beatrice started with the BIA 20 years ago as a volunteer under Ellen Timms, our past general manager. And she put the hat on, every different hat you can think of. The early stages of these events, of the Canada Day, Southside Shuffle, Waterfront Festival, all the festivals at Port Credit, the Farmers Market, she was at the inception of these, whether as a volunteer or working on behalf of the board. She either had on an event coordinator, she was complaint taker, she was an advocate for the small businesses, and she took passion and pride in everything she did. And Port Credit, Beatrice is the community. That's how strong the community feels about her, how much of a leader that she is in Port Credit, and what she's done over the years. She has been an instrumental person to get us where this village is today, being vibrant. It started somewhere, and Beatrice was a pioneer with all this.
Now, when you're in the neighborhood, you're just walking, down Lakeshore or around one of the parks. Where do you sort of see her influence? Where do you see her reflected in the community?
Beatrice had a way to make every single person she met feel special. And not too many people can pull that off. She was loving. She was a professional. She rolled up her sleeves and acted as a pit bull when she had to get things done. She got things done. And we're so proud as a board to promote her to general manager only in April of this year. Even though she's done great work, we felt that there's much more to come in the future with her.
Right. Now I know you've prepared something to read for us.
Yeah.
So we're just going to cut for a second, and we'll be right back with Jake and a special poem for Beatrice.
At the BIA office is the lighthouse, which is a symbol of Port Credit. Last week, Councillor Daskos and the mayor really pushed through to name Queen Bee's Lookout from the top of the lighthouse platform. And during that time, I said an ode, and I adjusted it a bit to reflect today. An ode to Bee. The clouds may seem heavy and dark, the long days and sadness leaves a mark. Having family and friends stand by your side, you fought tough, hard, and always with pride. Start early, stay late, you work like no other, but at the end of the day, the most important thing for you was being a great mother. You know how to love and definitely would spread it. You were a pioneer, ambassador, and star of Port Credit. You were so strong and now will rise above. The community has rallied to show you much love. Festivals, small businesses, farmers market, you always would shine. You have been a key person to make this village so fine. You gave so much to the village, the people around. That is why we look up to you. You deserve to be crowned. A mentor, a leader, you went the extra mile. Even in the toughest times, you would lead with that beautiful smile. When we needed an answer to figure something out, the simple solution was always just to give you a shout. From the lighthouse, watching the calm waters is so nice. We feel your presence like your favorite flowers, birds of paradise. For 20 years, you gave blood, sweat, and tears. Just being at Queen Bee's Lookout helps calm all our fears. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. One of the joys of the show, Rick, is that we get to hear great new music. We've had some veteran musicians on, which is always fantastic. But always exciting for me is when it's a musician I've just been turned on to. And our friend Carl, who was on the show a few weeks ago, helped produce our next artist. His name is Woody Woodburn. Woody, welcome to the show. And you're here with Matt Gormley. Matt, welcome to the show. Welcome. I met Matt years ago because you and your brother had a really cool band called
Daylight for Dead Eyes.
Daylight for Dead Eyes. And you guys had a lot of stuff going on. I remember watching a hockey game once, and your tune was playing before like an NHL game.
Yeah.
It's like that, as a Canadian, that's like Juno Award song played before a hockey game, right? Well, welcome, guys. Please tell us what you've been up to. You have an album that you helped co-write. Carl helped produce.
Our brother Chris helped co-write.
Your brother Chris also. Tell us about that album and tell us about what you've been up to.
Last May 2019, I rented a cottage and took the boys up, Matt
Oh,
and Chris,
I love that.
and I wrote all 6 songs in about 3 days and put it together. Got Carl, and the rest is history. It's all written about sort of my transition from quitting the day job and doing music full time,
Right.
and finding the important things in life and all that sort of good stuff.
Right. Well, a couple of things. I love that you rented a house. It's so like, I think Led Zeppelin was the first band to do that, but music from Big Pink. You think about all the great albums where people rented a cottage or a house as a place to get away.
Yeah.
Now tell us a bit about the songwriting dynamic, writing with 3 people, with 2 other people. How did that happen?
We work really well together. We're all we have 3 different strengths, right? And it's my theories, my ideas. Usually I come up with maybe a small chord progression.
Right.
Chris is a great lyricist.
Right.
Matt's obviously amazing at the theory end of it. And the 3 of us work really well together. I'm not a theory guy.
Right.
So I go to him. He's my go-to.
Does this chord work with this chord?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am very similar in my approach to writing.
So it works really well for us.
Well, that's very exciting. Now, the album is called Better Man Today, and that is also the first single you released.
Correct.
So, will you play that for us, and then we can talk about it a little bit after?
For sure.
All right, let's have it. This is Woody Woodburn.
My soul is on fire tonight. This manifestation feels right. I'm tired of pretending that you're not offending my life. The resistance is futile, my friends. Together we can conquer this. Love is a potion to fix this emotional hell. I won't cry no more. Knock me off my feet again, but I won't cry no more. Messing with my heart again, but that makes me a better man today. This hope is no longer a dream. Put your ass where your heart wants to be. When your level is higher, you lose the desire to scream. I won't cry no more. Knock me off my feet again, but I won't cry no more. You're messing with my heart again, but that makes me a better man today. Get out of my way. so I can just be me. I won't cry no more. You knock me off my feet again, but I won't cry no more. Messing with my heart again, but that makes me a better man, 'cause I won't cry no more. Knock me off my feet again, but I won't cry no more. Messing with my heart again, but that makes me a better man. You're messing with my heart again, but that makes me a better man today.
Wow, what a great vibe.
Thanks, guys.
Totally fantastic vibe and
Thank
great
you.
singer. Rick was like,
Yeah, I'm like-
in there. He goes, I got the harmony for this.
I hear I hear two harmonies. I'm like, shut up, don't do them, don't do them.
Really
It's
great song, really honest performance. It's so fun. Now, it strikes me as a band that would be super fun live. I just get
Yeah.
that energy. Now, tell us, you have a big live show coming up,
Yeah, and we're pretty excited about our lineup. Carl's playing bass with us.
right?
Oh, right on.
Carl's brother Tim is going to play percussion and he'll be singing as well. Chris Gormley is our drummer. Matt
Wow.
Gormley's.
Powerhouse. band.
Powerhouse band.
Yes.
5-piece.
We're all singers, so the harmonies are going to be coming out tonight at rehearsal.
Carl finally gets all the harmonies. He's probably loving it. He's loving it. He
And,
loves
and
it.
you're opening for Jim Cuddy.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
I mean,
great.
that's a Canadian legend, so good for you.
Yeah.
Now, we were mentioning Carl. Anyone who ever goes out in Port Credit knows Freedom Train.
Yes.
It's so interesting. Basically, it's a version of Freedom Train, sort of. We'll be doing this. How did you end up, first of all, meeting Woody, and tell us about playing in Freedom Train?
I've known Woody since I was a kid, because my brother Chris, they were in a band together when they were teenagers, basically, right?
Right.
So then, yeah, just over the years, our relationship developed, and then, we started doing music together and stuff. And then, obviously, Daylight for Dead Eyes, Carl Jennings produced all our records and
Right.
over it with us. So I've known him for years. He was like a mentor to me. So Big Ed from Freedom Train, who I love,
Big Ed.
amazing guitar player, great guy.
Yeah.
He
What a dude.
decided to retire suddenly, and Carl and Tim just decided, like, let's get Matt.
It's like keeping it in the family. I love it.
Some people even say, some people actually think I'm him still.
With
Right.
no,
Like-
with all your hair cut
They're
off.
like he went bald and
Well, also
trimmed his
playing an
beard.
SG, right? Now, Woody, you made a statement there, and I think a lot of people early in their careers struggle with this. When can I go full time? When can I leave the day job? How do I justify it? What do I say to my friends and family? Can you take us a little bit through that decision where you said, I'm passionate about this, I believe in this music, and I'm gonna make a run for it?
So for a lot of years, I had not a very fulfilling day job. A lot of customer service, inside sales, stuff like that. It was very difficult to do music on the weekends.
Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to do was pick up the guitar
Sure.
and write or practice or whatever, right? So, and then there was a day where I was like, I think I'm ready to quit music. I was thinking of taking the day job over music because they didn't really jive together. And that kind of scared me. I was like, it's pretty sad that I might lose music to a job that's not fulfilling at all.
Right.
And then took me about a month or two after that, and I was like, if I die tomorrow and I don't do this,
Exactly.
I'm gonna be pretty upset. So
You find yourself you can't live without it. You just can't.
Exactly.
So you go through a period of like, yes, I don't know if you have children or anything.
I don't.
You don't. Well, yeah. You just find yourself going through. I have to do it, or I will not be a happy person.
yeah, and the other big thing for me was
he
changing.
does have two classic cats and a dog, though.
But I had to change what making it meant.
Right.
Right. I could say right now, I'm on this show. I'm making it.
Right.
What a great attitude.
You know what I mean?
That is a great attitude.
Doesn't necessarily mean getting a
Yeah.
record deal.
No.
Yeah.
You know, I could make a living playing 3-4 days a week locally.
I think that's
Yeah.
such a healthy thing because you could become a brain surgeon, let's say, and no one's going to come up to you and say, "Are you in the top 100 brain surgeons in the world?"
Right, exactly.
You go, "I'm a fucking brain surgeon." That's enough, right?
yeah.
I'm a professional musician. I make my living playing music. Why does it always have to be put on a scale somewhere?
Yeah.
So I think it's refreshing and and remarkable, you know, that you came to that decision. Music is its own
good for
reward.
you.
I'm going to find a way. I think it's important for people at home to understand, you know, sort of the path that a musician goes on when they put music out in the world. So if you people at home love that song, and I can't see how you wouldn't, support Woody. Buy the song. The album is out. It's on iTunes and Spotify. And
Correct, yeah.
you know, stream it, love it, invest in it, because you know, your dollar or your $2 or your $10 makes a real big difference in the career of someone who is starting out, or someone who isn't starting out. Period. Well, that was a really great performance. Can you let people know how to find you?
Woody Woodburn Music on Facebook. Woody Woodburn on Instagram. That's the easiest way. WoodyWoodburn.ca is my website.
Okay, and from your website, can they get to the other socials?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so we'll make sure we get that up on the screen. Guys, thanks so much for coming in,
Thank
for
you.
sharing your
Thanks,
great
guys.
music. Good luck with the Jim Cuddy Show.
Thanks, man.
And we hope to see you again.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. And we are now going to discuss one of our favorite things, and that is coffee.
Every morning.
Rick
We love
is
it.
a very, very quality roommate and human being, and prioritizes coffee. We're here to talk about coffee, and we're here to talk about local coffee, not grown locally, but served locally. And we have Amanda from the Archtop Vinyl Cafe and Archtop Coffee Bar. Welcome, Amanda. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm doing great, thank you. It's great
Now,
to be here.
It's great to have you. For people who don't know, I know of the Archtop Vinyl Cafe as a really unique space. You could go in, it's like amazing sweet treats, great sandwiches, and if you went in the basement, there's all this vintage, or not vintage, but
Yep.
vinyl, all kinds of vinyl.
Yep.
And you guys would always be spinning cool vinyl, great vibe. But now you have a new location where the Second Cup used to be.
Yeah.
Tell us about the vision for the new Archtop.
Right, yeah. So it was a great introduction. The original one, like you said, it's that combination of music and great coffee. The whole place, both locations, the entire business idea behind it is inspired by the Archtop guitar.
Right.
Which you may know as musicians.
Of course, yes.
It was classic guitar that's styled to be a really top quality product that just delivers a fantastic sound all the time. And that's what we aim to do with both locations, with all of the coffee that we sell, the treats, and even the records that we sell. We only sell premium stuff. So, the old place, the new place. Similar ideas right now. So the new place is currently operating as a coffee shop, right? So all the things that you are used to seeing from the original Archtop, coffee, the treats, the sandwiches, salads, soups, ice cream seasonally, all of that's there. Down the road, we're working on renovations. We're hoping to open up in the next couple of months with a full bar in the back.
Bart. Oh, sorry.
You're going to be the first
Sorry
in
about
line, right?
Was it loud? Was that loud? All right,
Only
sorry.
little. Yeah, so bar, so we'll be fully licensed. Kitchen, so we'll have bits and bites to eat, and lots of seating for everyone. So once we're allowed to have indoor seating again, that's what we're aiming towards.
Awesome.
We're
Really excited.
It's interesting talking to the business people in the community and the entrepreneurs. How has COVID, this lockdown, how has your business plan had to change or adapt in this new landscape?
Yeah, it's been interesting navigating through it. It's, from what I've heard from other people, we're in the very same boat. It's a very day by day kind of situation where we just adapt to whatever comes our way as best as possible. So that meant shutting down the record shop for a while because we weren't allowed to do retail sales, but operating on a takeout basis.
I did see a lot of people standing in front, like waiting to get in there. So it must be something's really happening.
So that's
here. It
what's
must be
happening
good.
now. The people come in and they can get a coffee, or how does it work right now?
Yeah, so now the record shop is allowed to operate. That has not been shut down, so we're still going on record sales.
Put your mask in, buy a record.
Mask on, go downstairs, browse to your heart's content. All right, come back up. Please support us as much as you can with all your records. And then coffee and treats, all of that is all to go. We still have our patio out front,
Awesome.
Right.
which is
I was just
great.
gonna
This
ask that.
weather is really supportive of that. So if you want to hang outside, please do. We'd love to sell you an ice cream or coffee.
Right, and is there a timeline on the Archtop Bar? When do you think? I know you said a couple of months, but
Yeah, we're hoping before the end of the year. It really depends on what kind of hiccups we hit. Right? Anyone who knows about renovations knows that you're always going to have, this is the date we're going to open, but it ends up getting pushed back.
it's going to be twice as long and twice as much. That's what I know about renovations.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, for someone who's never been to Archtop before, if they were going to come in and have a food and coffee experience, and you were going to set that up for them, what would you say that they should have?
Oh, I would probably, my first inclination would be to say a dirty chai latte. So we've got the best chai latte in town, hands down. We get so many compliments on it. We hit it with some espresso, right?
Bam.
So we pair those together, and then a salted chocolate chip cookie.
Bam.
Yeah, so if you do a drink treat combo, that's what I would say. If you want to do it all in one, what we are known for is the duo. So it's our espresso and our premium ice cream twisted together, served in a cup.
Wow.
It's fantastic. We sell
So it becomes like
so
a
many all summer.
milkshake sort of?
Not even. It still retains the ice cream shape, but it's got the espresso twisted through it. So just think of a candy cane
Wow.
of ice cream.
I'm really interested in this very much.
Yeah.
Yes, right now.
Right now.
In fact,
Well,
this seems so
It's so
unworthy.
right.
Well, that sounds amazing. We hope that people will go and support Archtop Cafe because it's local, it's amazing quality, and it's rock and roll.
yeah, and
all
it's
together.
right beside Rockin' Docks, right?
Yep.
It's
both
right
of them.
there, in case
Yep.
you don't know where it is. And the new location is
just down the street. It's at 91 Lakeshore Road East.
All
The
right.
original is at 109.
beautiful, nice building. Looks really cool in there. I can't wait to
gonna
get a
be-
bar
yeah.
in there. Maybe have some artists in there. Maybe I don't know.
That's
You know,
that's
maybe.
a potential. Yeah,
well, you have
a
the
couple of
space.
duos, maybe a trio if
That
there's a
sounds-
space for it.
Maybe.
That sounds great.
what it
And
brings.
Amanda, thank you so much for coming in and
thank
sharing the
you.
story of Archtop Cafe and Archtop Bar, two
Yes.
different places.
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you in the neighborhood. And I'm going to ask you to send me a link.
Oh.
So I don't forget, not a link, send me an email or something so I don't forget to try that spirally
Spirally
coffee.
thing.
Because
Yeah,
if I just go in there
duo.
and mumble about, she said spirals, they're going to look at me like I'm a crazy person. But
Licorice.
will, for sure.
Licorice. That's what it was.
thanks so much for coming in.
Oh, you're welcome.
And we will see you in the neighborhood, and we will be right back. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tom and Rick Show. We're joined by Carson Freeman, and we are joined by Michael Bacon today because we have an important community initiative that we want to discuss. Our friend Phil Narrow, remarkable singer, amazing guy, amazing mentor, songwriter. He is going through some health problems right now. He has developed tongue cancer and obviously is unable to sing. So he is fighting a fight right now. Sent me a very nice message yesterday to say that he is he's there doing his thing and he would appreciate anything we can do. And what we can do is support a GoFundMe page that has been set up. We're going to have a link to that GoFundMe page. It's super easy to donate. Obviously, we don't live in a business that has pensions or has sick
Health
days.
plan.
We don't get sick days.
No.
So we are doing everything we can to try to get some money together for Phil, including a special concert. I will call it a concert event this Saturday in the patio behind Shore. It's going to feature Carson, and it is being organized by Mike Bacon. Mike, can you tell us a little bit about the show?
Yeah, we just wanted to have everybody come together and show their appreciation for Phil. I mean, Phil's been a great part of the community. He's helped out everybody that's been in this community and
Yes, he has.
in the arts community, and also as audiences by sharing his art with us. So we're really happy to have John Rogers from the Phil and John Show, and
Right.
Enzo Lapadula is going to be the hosts of the evening with their duo, and we're going to have other special guests that are going to show up.
And that's Phil's son.
No, actually, it's John Rogers from Phil
Okay.
and John,
Yep.
and then Enzo Lapadula is his accompaniment.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's part of the John Rogers duo,
Okay.
and we also have both John and James Narrow coming as well.
I knew that there was going to be.
Yeah. So we have some special guests. We have other people showing up, like Sil Simone's going to stop by.
Beautiful.
Tyler Urema. You know, I understand that the Tom and Rick show is actually going to be there live.
We are both going to be there.
Tom and Rick are going to be playing anyway, not the
Yep.
show itself, and Carson as well. So everybody in the community is really coming together to really show the support for Phil. And we're also going to have some prizes to raffle off, and of course we're taking donations as well. But the GoFundMe page is doing very well. We really want people to continue to donate there. But when you're there live, we're going to have some gift certificates and some other prizes from the local establishments that are pitching in to help show their support for Phil too.
Yeah, and Phil and John used to play at Shore all the time. Now, I know that you are a big fan of Phil as well.
Yeah.
What is your relationship with him in terms of being a fan and a friend and so on?
Well, like a lot of people, I made the transition of being a fan to being a friend, and Phil's just a great guy. There's a fantastic live music scene that we talk about every week on this show, and Phil's been a mainstay. Phil created that. Phil drew people into Port Credit on like Monday nights and following Tom's Jam. You know what I mean? The music kept going, and that's he was the only one that could do that. The residency at Rockin' Docks lasted a long time, and now at Shore it's doing the same thing, and it's fantastic. So Phil is trained like a lot of the great rock and roll singers. He's trained classically, and he can still sing those songs without dropping the pitch. You know what I mean?
He used to give us-
it nails that.
He would come in and say, why don't you just do it in standard tuning, because we can't sing like you, Phil.
Yeah.
Like nobody can sing like
And
you.
he's 6 days. He was 6 days a week. I said, I sing 6 days a week in standard tuning, and you just go, oh, okay.
For those of you that don't know,
It's amazing.
a lot of us veteran rock and rollers, we tune our guitars to E flat. Just makes everything a little bit simpler. There was no tuning to E flat for Phil because he could always sing like a bird. Michael, can you tell us about the time, about any other details that people would need to know to attend?
Yeah, well, we're starting at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon at Shore in the back patio. It's going till 5 o'clock. It's going to be a nice afternoon, but please feel free to bring also some chairs and or a blanket if you want to keep warm, if it's a little chilly for you. There are heaters there as well. And we're looking at, depending on how many people come up, expanding the patio a little bit as well.
Right.
So make sure that you come prepared. Put on your parka if you have to. But I think it's going to be a great day of entertainment. A lot of show of support from the local musicians and the businesses, and I think it's going to be a great event that nobody wants to miss.
So let's support Phil. He has always been a great supporter of music and the community, and it's our opportunity to give back. Maureen runs a very COVID-safe patio there,
Yes.
so trust me, it is a safe space. And I hope to see everyone Saturday, Shore Grill and Grotto in Port Credit, in the back patio. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Here come old Carson to the Tom and Rick show. He's got leftovers, he got peas and carrots, he's got polyester noodle to his knees. Got no salmonella, we won't get no disease. Come to dinner right now.
Carson Cooking.
Need salt! Salt, Carson, salt! Hey guys, Carson Freeman here, Cooking with Carson. Thanks for joining me. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend. Talking to a lot of my friends,
they were mentioning that they substituted their turkey for a different meat, maybe chicken or ham. And just put in the comments what you guys had for Thanksgiving, whether it was sushi or tofurkey. No judgment here. Okay, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna make a beautiful soup. You can use this for fall and for winter through those colder months just to warm you up. And I'm gonna show you a basic soup recipe, and we could use this for the leftover turkey. So today we're gonna be making a turkey soup. So remember, for any of these turkey recipes, whether you're making turkey salad, turkey pot pie, or turkey soup, it's gonna be the same recipe as a chicken soup, chicken pot pie, or a chicken salad sandwich. You're just gonna substitute those meats. And that's kind of neat how cooking, when we're doing this, we can just substitute different things to get new, unique flavors. So I'm gonna go over to the stove right here, and I'm gonna bring my cutting board, because all of these ingredients, except for the bread, are going into the soup. I'm gonna start in my pan here, my pot. I just turned down the heat because it's heated up nicely. I'm gonna add some olive oil. And the first thing I'm gonna put in there is my mirepoix, which is gonna be carrots, onions, and celery. And I'm gonna stir that around in the oil, covering all of the veg in here. And right away, I'm gonna start building flavors. I'm gonna add the salt and pepper. And I'm also gonna add in my dry herbs. So this is where I'm gonna put in the dry thyme. I like these sprigs here, they're all held together, and I'm gonna fish that out right at the end. And all of the little leaves are gonna fall off within the soup as it's cooking. And I didn't have a bay leaf, I had 2 halves of this bay leaf. Very flavorful. And I'm just gonna stir this around, and we call this sweating the vegetables. The heat and the salt are gonna pull the moisture out, and this is bringing some beautiful flavor base to our soup, okay? So if you're making almost any type of soup, this will work for anything from chicken noodle soup to a vegetable soup to a minestrone, whatever you want. You're building flavors right from the beginning for almost any flavored soup that you want to have. Okay, what I did was I browned my vegetables, and what you want to do is keep an eye on them, and you want to get that like kind of where it browns the bottom of your pan, but you don't want to burn them, of course. So brown good, black not so good. Okay, black, you got to start again actually. Okay, so these are perfect. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add, I got a liter of turkey stock. Okay, don't throw away your turkey bones. One of the first videos I did for Cooking with Carson was how to make stock, and you can review that or just email me. I'll send you a recipe. What I'm going to do is add just a little bit of the stock right now, and I'm going to just scrape the bottom of the pan. It's going to remove those brown bits, kind of called the fond, and it's going to really start building the flavor of this amazing turkey soup, okay? It's officially turkey soup once you add the turkey stock, and I'm going to put all of this in here, okay? There's actually so much flavor in the soup that if you need more liquid, you can add water, and you're not going to dilute much of the flavor. It's still going to be super flavorful. Remember, the turkey bones have a lot of collagen in them, a lot of flavor, and when you're cooking that, it's going to have so much depth of flavor, a little bit more than chicken stock, really, in my opinion. Okay, next thing I'm going to add is some potatoes. What I did was I cut these into cubes, okay? They're all generally the same size, so they'll cook at the same time. And I'm gonna put these right in here. And also I have some white kidney beans. Now what these potatoes and kidney beans have in common, they're gonna release a little bit of starch. Although I have rinsed the kidney beans, I didn't go crazy with that because there's a little bit of starch just gonna help to thicken up the soup, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this back up to a rolling boil, and then I'll turn the heat down. So I'm gonna come back in just 1 second. Okay, it's time to add a few more ingredients to the soup. I'm gonna add my turkey. This is a mixture of the dark and the white meat, and it's I shredded it. I think it's best for soup. You get some nice flavors. And to kind of follow that, I'm doing some of these egg noodles. They're gonna be like about the length of the strands of turkey. Adding those in here. And I have some frozen peas. Stir those in, bring it to a boil. And as soon as that pasta is ready and the potatoes are tender, the soup's almost ready to go before one more special little touch, little trick that I'm gonna show you to bring that turkey chicken soup to the next level. So as I mentioned, if you have ham, you can add ham to your soup, make a ham soup. You can do turkey soup, chicken soup if you had chicken for Thanksgiving. If you want to make a vegetarian version of this is a fantastic soup. There's still some great proteins in there with the white kidney beans, and you can use vegetable stock instead. So this is a lot of options with this soup. If you have tofurkey though, well, first of all, I apologize. Your family's probably alienated you. But hey, throw the tofurkey in. See what works. This is how recipes are made. Okay, I'll be back with one more step. Okay, our soup is ready. Off camera, I added the parsley in there just to give it a little bit of green color. And this soup is fantastic, okay? It's just like your grandmother might have made. And I'm gonna just do a couple things. First of all, I'm fishing out the bay leaf. And I got the thyme out of there earlier. It left behind those little florets there, making some nice thyme flavor within your soup. Lots of flavors in here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one little trick. This is a chefy thing that I kinda like to do. I want you to do it at home too. What you could do right now is you could add cream to your soup, okay? And this is the time that we would do that. But I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna make my soup nice and creamy without doing that. And first of all, what I'm gonna do, take just a ladle of this, and I'm gonna put it into this container here. Okay, I don't wanna splash myself. That's hot soup. All I need is about a cup of it. And what I have here is my immersion blender. I'm gonna put it right in here. And I'm gonna puree this soup. Just like I'm making a morning smoothie. Who am I kidding? I don't make morning smoothies. And what I've done here, you can see that creaminess right on there, okay? Just like it would coat the back of a spoon. Beautiful. You can do this in the pot, but I find it just kind of, this is a better way, a cleaner way of doing it, so you don't have half noodles here and there. And as you can see, this is just a nice cream. It's just like pouring a heavy cream into there. I put that into the soup, stir it back in. There's another one. There. Oh, by the way, this is a great example. See this here? This is my thyme sprig. They're all missing there. The flavors are in the soup, and you're not eating a twig. So I'm gonna bring this over, right over here, get myself a bowl. And I'm gonna ladle this beautiful, hearty, autumn leftover turkey soup. Visited La Villa Bakery, got myself some nice crusty bread. And this here is just a perfect bowl of soup to feed your family on a cold autumn day. Celebrating Thanksgiving, being thankful for weeks after we've had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Try this at home. Back to you, Tom and Rick.
Hi, my name is Chad Kaiser. Welcome to Undercover of the Night. I'm with Rick Donaldson on the drums. Yeah, baby. Alan Duffy on the bass. And our new CD is called Tribute. And this song is called On the Money. 1, 2, 3. Do the hustle, do the grind, keep it working, baby, all the time. You like bees, make honey, everything you do is right on the money. Roll your booty, shake your cash, you got to move your asses. You know the future's looking mighty sunny. Everything we do is right on the money, on the money. Feels alright on the money. With you all night on the money. Feels so good. I'm on the money when I'm with you. my soul. Yeah, you know, working, honey. Everything we do is right on the money. The money feels alright on the money. With you all night on the money. Feels so good. I'm on the money when I'm with you. On the money. On the money. I'm on the money when I'm with you. On the money.
Les!